I really enjoyed the couple of games against FC Copenhagen, especially on the road in Denmark. Unfortunately, the results didn't go our way. We lost 2-0 at home and 1-0 in Denmark itself. However, especially the away trip, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And you can't allow something over which you have no control to rob you of the pleasure of the big picture. I think holiday is a great example. How did your holiday go? It was terrible. It rained every day. It probably didn't rain every day, but in your mind, that's how you saw it. But who can control the weather? Who can affect the outcome of a game of football? And if our happiness or our joy depends on things over which we have no control, then we're at the mercy of others. So the result, obviously not what we wanted, but I certainly enjoyed the trip, as I say, to Denmark. Not just the football, but also I ticked The Little Mermaid off my bucket list of things to see. Anyway, the memorabilia. Shall we start at the home game? We have, of course, on the morning of the game itself, the UEFA delegates meeting. So I attend those representing the club, and of course I always keep the notes for my personal memorabilia collection. And then you've got the countdown to kick off. There's the match itself, and you've got what lots of memorabilia collectors will be familiar with, the team sheet. We do a program at home. Wasn't one away, but we did one at home, and there it is. And as you can see there, I've got all 4 of the players to sign that one for me. And as he was the main player there, Danny Redmond, he signed that to me personally as well. Also there, Greg Draper, Adrian Chislovich and John Routledge. So always get my program signed by the cover boy or boys in that case. Then you got the press passes, a media one there, and an access all areas. So that one's good because media means you have to stay in the press box, but if you've got one of those, you can wander around the stadium. So I go on the pitch and do all that sort of thing. At home, it's not too bad because we know the stewards, obviously, but I like to have them for my collection. Then, of course, on the road in Denmark. And again, we've got the UEFA delegates notes there. So there's quite a few pages. As you can see, we run through all the various aspects of the game, from security and how many fans will be there, how many police will be in attendance, all that sort of thing. Don't know if you can hear my parrot alongside me. He's getting quite noisy because I'm talking and he feels left out. And again, a countdown to kick-off, and of course the team sheet from Copenhagen. Then we got the press passes. And the media one, I like the lanyard on that because it's the Danish Superliga. So FC Copenhagen, that's their top flight league in Denmark. They are the champions. So they decided to use those lanyards for that one. Brilliant. Got that in my collection now. And the pass there has got my name on it. So that's a nice, unique one. Occasionally we get them with the names. And mostly, though, they're just produced with the actual accreditation, like here. And that is, again, as you can see, an access all areas one. So that's another one for my collection. And by the way, the lanyard on that is different. So it's the Copenhagen Stadium lanyard there. So again, another addition. I'm keeping the best till last though. Access all areas, as I've said, allows you to get into the changing room area, the pitch side, everywhere. And it was the changing room area after the game, because if you've been watching my blogs regularly, then you'll know that I picked up a shirt at the end of the home leg game. It's the Rami shirt, and as you can see there, I went into the Copenhagen dressing room area and got that signed at the end of the game. So that'll certainly be a very treasured item in my collection. The walls at home are covered in shirts and posters, press passes, all that sort of thing hanging up there. Mantelpiece covered in all sorts of memorabilia, all part of my own personal journey. And then I've got boxes from each season, the programs, the team sheets, and other things as well. Things like that for me are very important because it's all part of my own personal journey in football. In life, we all have a personal journey, and we may collect mementos and items of memorabilia along the way, but the greatest memories are the ones that are up here. And I certainly enjoyed Denmark in particular. Lovely people, got on well with the folks from the club, from the top of the tree right the way down to the match day stewards and the people who were involved. Great memories, not the result that we wanted, as I said earlier, but it was a great experience, and I certainly enjoyed that. Up next, Bulgaria and a trip to Ludo Goretz. That's for another blog entry.